Hey guys, welcome back to the next video. In this video, we're going to understand the different types of Ingress controllers available in the market and which one we will be using on our training. Of course, as you can see on this video, so we have this topic called starts with Nginx Ingress controller, and that is supported by Kubernetes environment. So that is well supported according to what I'm saying over here, because it supports HTTPS routing, which is a basic of your or layer 4 routing. You have path-based routing, what we have seen on the previous example, SSL termination, load balancing, name-based routing. So these are all part of your Nginx controller, and all of them, which you see over here, is going to have the similar set of settings. Maybe there are some Ingress controllers which may have a advanced feature than this, but more or less everything else has this similar kind of a support for a layer 7 level of load balancing. So it's almost common. In terms of traffic, Ingress controllers, this is more of advanced dynamic configuration, and it also integrates your automatic SSL certificate provisioning using Let's Encrypt. So which is actually going to renew your certificate autonomously without your intervention. And I mean, this traffic and contour is basically, these two are majorly used for microservices, wherein which you want some kind of dynamic application scenarios, and you have very much multiple microservices running on a high available environment. In that situation, you would be using traffic or contour. In terms of HA proxy and Nginx is almost the same, and HA proxy is used for high performance and mission critical applications. So is Nginx as well, because Nginx has this support, good support from Kubernetes community as well, and it's a widely used controller. So mostly you will be seeing a lot of Nginx controller if you are using a general purpose Kubernetes. So that in that situation, you will see Nginx or HA proxy, and it's more or less the same. In terms of AWS and GKE, so this means if you're using your Kubernetes on their environment like AWS, it's always recommended to go for AWS ALB. Or if you're using a Google environment, so you have to go for GKE, which is like GKE Google Kubernetes Engine Ingress controller. So it is much recommended to go for them. That's pretty much what I want to show you in terms of the theory part of things. In terms of architectural part of things, how this Kubernetes works, right? This is very important for us to understand. Now you can see that. Let's go from the top here. So you can see this is worker nodes over here. I didn't specify what worker node it is. So here you can see that there is the worker node over here, and you have the pods running on it, and you have service configured on top of each of these pods. It could be a deployment, it could be just replicas configured. Now you have routes over here, which is connecting from your Nginx Ingress controller. Okay, so this is pretty much your Nginx Ingress controller. Now, Nginx Ingress controller, let's just say this is the box where the entire Nginx Ingress controller is there. Now it's divided into multiple sectors over here. So this is the IC pod, which is your Ingress controller pod. Within that, you have the Ingress controller, which actually is the one which is controlling it. But what it or how it communicates, because it's a pod, right? So it needs to have some pods running inside, process running inside. So that is your Nginx process. So your IC is nothing but the configuration which you are giving. So that's going to be there. And then your Nginx is going to be running. So you're going to have your master process and the worker process. And then all this information will be written into the standard out and standard error logs. And using this config map of your Nginx Ingress controller, it'll be actually appending some information into the Nginx controller about the master Nginx process. The master Nginx process will be a one-time installation process. When you install this one-time installation process, then it's going to be integrated with every time you create Ingress controller. Now, using this route, it will be able to establish communication to all the service, and that is what you have defined as part of your YAML file. So you will always specify the service name and the port number the service is running on. Remember, it is not talking about the target port number. It's talking about the service port number, what the service port number it is looking for. So every time you create a service, you will create a port number for the service, right? So it is talking about this port number. So you need to give that port number as part of the Nginx configuration. So here you'll be actually giving those information where the route will be created based on that information. And then when someone accesses it, then it goes over there to the Nginx controller, and then it creates this, understands the configuration, creates a route based on that, and it lets people access it. So there are possibilities of virtual server creation, and there is also these possibilities which we have also seen in the past in the part of the previous video. I'm sorry, in the current video as well. So in terms of what this Nginx Ingress controller can do, or what it can perform. All right, so this is pretty much what I want to show you on this video. I hope that you understand. If you have any questions, please leave it on the question section. I'll see you on the next video.